guys, welcome to Spain.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to have the Norwegian representatives of Eurovision Song Contest KEiiNO, who went to Tel Aviv with the song Spirit in the Sky. First time in Madrid, first time in Spain, I guess it's not right?
No.
Or second time, yeah?
Second time.
Yeah,
Yes.
Together, but my third, I think. I love Madrid. It's so beautiful here.
Yeah, my third as well. It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you like the most about our city?
Food.
Food, people, buildings.
Always food. Yeah, and
Drinks.
people. Yeah.
The cups are so big.
They are.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
at the Pride opening, and it was
Okay.
like the biggest cups.
I've never
It's
seen
just
that. It
a
was like,
liter of
yeah.
what's the drink called again? I can't
Tinto de
remember.
verano.
Yeah,
Tinto de verano. That is my go-to. I love it.
definitely one of the best
Yeah.
choices you can make. I actually watched a video on the Eurovision YouTube channel where you had some food from Mickey from Spain.
Yeah.
Which of them did you like the most? I guess you tried churros, you tried a lot of different
Pink
things.
fat thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
good.
oh yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, but
I think
the
with
churros
torrijas,
are always
The,
good.
the caramelized.
The sweet thing, yeah, torrijas.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you
love
tried
it.
tortilla de patatas?
Yeah.
And how
We
is
had
it
it
for
last night.
Yeah, but that was like, you know,
Yeah. But tortilla de patatas
Yeah.
is always good.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you about the experience here in the Pride. How did you find the event last night? The
Well,
opening.
yeah, it was really, it was so amazing to see that many people. It was, to be honest, it was a bit too much people for us. But it's really, you see so many happy faces.
Okay.
And you can really see that it was the whole city that was supporting. So it's really nice.
How did you receive the proposal to sing here in our Pride? How did it come up?
Well, we really wanted to be part of Madrid Pride because we had a great time in Madrid 2 months ago, and we felt that if there's one city that we really want to go back to, according to the reaction we got, it's Madrid. So we actually called them up and said, like, hey, we really want to sing.
Yeah.
Is that like? And they're like, oh, of course, yeah, cool. So yeah,
Okay.
amazing.
Because I guess you came for the Spanish pre-party back in the day,
Yeah,
a
we
few
did.
months ago, as well as you did last year with Stella Mongi.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you guys, especially for Alexandra, how was it for you? Did you, at this point last year, or at the point that the pre-party was held last year, did you think that this year you were going to be here at this moment?
No, never. Well, I thought that I want to participate in the Norwegian selection again, and I want to win. But I didn't think that it was going to be the year after with this cool song and with two guys. So no, but it was different to be here now as the winner of Norway,
Okay.
and last year like just a participant. But yeah.
How much do you enjoy the feedback from the Spanish fans actually? Because I guess it's quite warm actually.
Yeah, we could really feel the love last time we were here at the
Okay.
pre-party. So the crowd just went crazy when all the artists were on stage, so we loved it. So
Yeah.
that's why
Okay.
we want to come back here.
They were really good at yoiking.
Yeah,
They actually, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some sort of videos on YouTube and stuff that I've seen, and it's impressive how you guys got to, portray your spirit actually and your work on stage to the people, and they get it. They really get it.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you as well because I guess I learned that you have some siblings in Spain. I don't know if it's right. Maybe
I have
Fred.
my grandfather is living in Ayamonte, Huelva.
Or how long has he living there?
Almost his whole life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have been, talked about things from Spain since a long
Yeah, I've
time.
been on vacation
Okay.
almost every summer in Huelva.
Okay. Is it Madrid the only place that you've been in Spain, or have you visited anywhere else here?
I love going on this holidays with my family, so
Okay.
Mallorca is
Okay.
my go-to.
My sister studied in Jerez for a half year, so I've been there, and I've been to Valencia, Barcelona, where are other places? Sevilla?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been to San Sebastian yet, but I really want to go.
Great choices, actually. Yeah, great choices. I don't know if you ever got the opportunity to discover how the people in those cities really are, as well as in Madrid. But talking about the Pride now, compared to the people in Norway and how people react to this kind of message and to the message that you want to portray and the message that it's being spread on the Pride. How do you compare the Norwegian and Spanish public when it comes to the
I think
LGBT community?
they're the same in the way of accepting our message and being open-minded and free spirits. But one thing that I notice about the people living here, or the Spanish people, is that it's so much love, it's so much happiness. It's like everyone everyone's friends.
Yeah.
I really love it.
More
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.
At least on the outside. Norwegians, we can be quite passionate as well, but it's really, it takes a while to get there, and maybe not as, we don't express it in the same way. So it's more behind closed doors. Oh,
Yeah, that's true. I feel I am more open.
That's allowed to say.
So I wanted to ask you, have you ever faced any weird or any dangerous situation as children, teenagers, or not only because of LGBT violence, but also something that you have to face and say, this is me, this is not what I want to do, or this isn't what I want to have people in my face saying this kind of things. I'm gonna react like this because I'm true to who I am. Have you ever faced a situation like this?
I think we all have.
Yeah.
We have all our different stories. Me, for example, it's like the typical pop industry story where a guy or a producer told me that you have to change the way you look, the way you sing, the way you are, because you're not exciting enough, you're not special enough for this business. But luckily, I had so many supportive people around me that I sat my foot down and I was like, no, what the fuck, I'm gonna do this forever. I love music, I love singing. And I'm really glad that I can represent that now, telling the story that I didn't listen to anyone. I just focused on what I wanted to do. What about you guys?
Yeah, maybe Fred or you, Tom.
Yeah, I felt like when I moved to a big city, Tromsø, when I started to study, the Samis weren't that accepted in that city at that time.
Okay.
So I felt like I almost had to hide my identity when I was out, and because I'm Sami.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's getting better now. But at
What-
that time, 10 years ago, it was very bad.
Okay.
Actually, I've been lucky because I've never felt any violence or any threatening behavior for being who I am. But then again, I came out late when I was 27. So I at that time when you're that mature, then you have I think you have a more confidence that people that won't pick on you because they see that, okay, we don't dare that, compared to a young kid or guy. But I think I really felt that I was an outsider when I was for the first time visiting my husband's hometown, or it's not a town, it's like a small village.
Yeah.
And where the local pub, they had two. So one of them, you could really see everybody knew, okay, the gays are sitting there, and you have these the looks saying okay, you don't belong here, why are you here, in a way. And I think that all comes of, it was that before, but now I think when the world is more open, people see and get to know other people, other cultures, and see that hey, people are people, love is love. And so I have to believe that we still are on the right way, and but of course you can see now in parts of Eastern Europe that it's going the wrong direction. Actually, there's more violence, and so that's why it's important to still keep on telling the story about acceptance, keep on pushing, and keep on being open, like we are being open about who we are, and that we come from different backgrounds, that we come from different cultures, and to actually be the kind of a barrier, the positive barrier against negative forces.
Okay, what did encourage you actually to give one step further and say, I don't want to live this anymore, and I'm capable of doing this and capable of being whoever I want to be? So what
I think
to that?
For me it was even though I was also told by a music industry professional 10 years ago that I should keep who I am secret in order to be able to be the Casanova type of pop guy. But I think after a while I was so tired of hiding who I was, and I was like, hey, if people don't like my songs being honest, why should I bother writing songs? And also because there's so many people that do amazing things around the world for other people, and they have their abilities, and I think my ability is writing songs and be able to perform. And if I can just do the life better for one person, or actually just do a tiny bit for the rest of the world, then I think I could say that I've left a legacy of being open, saying that, hey, it's actually possible if you want to be in the pop music industry, it's okay to be open with who you are and not trying to hide something or be smart of what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, now that you are on the top of the music industry in Norway, and that you have a voice that you can speak loud and you can say something, how do you take this opportunity to be open, to express whatever you want to express, personally and professionally? How do you do it?
Well, we have a really close relationship with our fans and everyone who contacts us, and we send them messages, and we have so many people listening to what we're wanting to say now. So we try to speak up. We meet them after and before concerts, and I think it's really important to just meet them face to face and tell them that you're good enough and we really believe in you. So.
And also, like, especially after Praying, our new single, where we got a lot of messages saying that I really understand what you're talking about, that people that are suffering from anxiety or actually just like fear of death or fear in general, saying like, yeah, this music is helping me because that's we actually pinpoint a problem that people have. And I think because that's who we are KEiiNO, the people, and I think to be able to continue talking about themes that like everybody that around the world will actually or have the issues that are common for everyone. I think that's important for us as well, and to actually be the ones talking about those things.
If you, to put an end to like this part of the interview, I would like to ask you about what kind of message will you send to those people that are always, threatening others, or even to the politicians or the people who doesn't do much to, defend the rights of the community? What would you say, each of you?
I would say that to put people up against each other is a very bad way of getting power. And I think it just like shows how small you are if you need to step on other people in order to get up in the world. And I think that true power comes from being respected for being a good person and not for people fearing you.
And I believe that working together can make you stronger. We were all solo artists, but when we got together, that's when we really made it. And no one got further by working by themselves.
That's true.
Okay, that was actually the next part of the interview. I'm gonna move further to the Eurovision and how you came together as a group, actually. And I was going to ask you if this personal story that each of you had motivated you to come together as a group and makes the group union stronger.
I think that's what makes our group unique, is that it all looks so perfect now, but we've worked so hard, and it's been such a tough path for all three of us. But now we are together on it, and we can just be someone so that other people can look up to us and fight through their difficult times.
We feel very strong on stage when we're together on stage and not in the studio.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a unity. It's so funny, we talked about it just a couple of days ago, because around this time, when it was like, last summer when I first got in touch with Fred, like we didn't know each other at all.
Yeah.
But it was through a friend of a friend, like I got his name saying like, you should get in touch with Fred for this project. Okay. And what did I write in the message? Was it,
hey Fred, I have a big dream to win Eurovision.
Okay.
Join.
And the funny fact about that is that you almost got it.
Yeah.
Humble and nice.
If it weren't for the juries, we would have won.
What's the problem with this voting system in Eurovision? How can you take that? Because you were the favorites for the televote, something that me personally was quite expecting because I really liked your song, really liked your performance, but maybe so many people said it's good enough, but you know the bookies are always there and they are always trying to predict everything. Yeah. How did you took on the green room the result from the public? Was it chaotic or
from
was
the
it?
public?
From
Wow,
from the
that
public
moment was goosebumps. It was amazing because then we got the points from the juries and we were like, oh, why? What do we do wrong? Why is the jury so? But then we got the public vote and we were like, yes, we have reached Europe.
Yeah, because that was the most important thing for us. I still think the jury system is outdated and very strange that it's still like that. It's not like in politics that half of the votes are decided by 4 people in each country. Yeah. Is it? Like it's a very unmodern way of actually having like an elite as opposed to decide what's good or what's not. So I think it's weird because in others parts of the society we don't accept that. So why should the people that actually pay money to vote, or actually the millions of people, why should their vote be just like a tiny fraction compared to those 4 people sitting in each country? It was like, I don't know.
Did you check or did you notice that some other contestants were also like a bit, you know, that they don't really have good eyes for this kind of voting system? Do you really feel that in the green room?
No, we didn't talk about it that much because it was like people got their eyes up for it when we won the public televote, but we ended like 18th when the jury has voted. So that's what kind of made the ball roll.
Yeah.
So we didn't talk about it before that.
No.
It was just like this. Okay, something has to change.
And the first thing that came to your mind when you found out, because I don't know if you found out in the moment that you were the first, because it's
we
really
didn't.
chaotic.
We didn't.
I remember screaming like, we got the most, we got the most.
Yeah.
It was like crazy.
So that was crazy. What was the first thing that came to your mind when you found out? Like what? Like we've been the first.
It felt like a victory.
Okay.
You can't really think.
Okay.
You're just so happy, and there was at the after party. That's when a lot of guys approached me and they were like, you know, you won the televote. You know, you actually kind of won Eurovision. And we're like, whoa, okay. But it was just a dream come true. I mean,
there were kind of irregularities afterwards with the EBU that changed some points with the Belarusian jury and stuff. How was that for you? Like, how did you find this?
We just laughed.
We were like, okay.
Because it's once again it shows how stupid this system is. Like, how can it be like if a person has to press a button, and if you don't press the button right, or the thing is like they decide, oh, we disqualified the Belarusian votes, so we just like figure out a way of counting how many points it really makes me wonder what people are thinking.
Maybe guys, this proves that the jury is kind of outdated. Maybe
I really hope so.
I
I want one competition where it's only the people who decides. That would have been amazing. Like make Eurovision competition for the people.
Yeah, I really hope that the EBU will rethink the idea of how the jury, or like the whole voting system, and if they want to keep on having a jury, it just has to be different. It can't be 4 people. It just has to be like a bigger part, and it has to be something else.
But still, it will be like if it's 4, if it's 20. It's 20 different moods, different styles of music. It's I don't like it.
Because we were quite surprised here in Spain, talking about our entrant, Mickey.
Yeah.
Did you find strange that he came last in the jury voting?
Yeah.
Because we got only 1 point?
Because his song is so catchy, he's good looking, it was a great staging, it was like a great Eurovision number.
Yeah.
I
think it's as well, and it also depends on what the criteria for the juries are. If you say like, okay, this is Eurovision Song Contest, what shouldn't then the criteria be? Okay, the song that you believe is best fitted for this competition. It's not like, the song you believe is best fitted for like an artsy radio show on a radio channel nobody listens to. It's like, we are in Eurovision, so why shouldn't the juries then actually say, okay, is this a good song? Do they know how to sing? Do they move the audience? And I think Mickey did all of those. So why should then he not
made everyone stand out in the green room?
So why was that? why isn't that like a criteria? Like it should be like how many weird chords with numbers and letters do you have in your song? It's like
Well, actually, this is a contest that stands for equality, for respect,
Yeah.
tolerance, for love, for unity, for friendship, for all those wonderful names, feelings. I don't want to go much into politics, and but I wanted to ask you if this conflict with Israel and Palestine has ever came to your mind in terms of, in the middle of the promotion, after you won Melodi Grand Prix in Norway, have you ever thought about making any statement on anything? It ever came to your mind in the middle, or?
Well, I think the most important thing about Eurovision this year was to be there and sing a song about equality, about finding help and spirits around you to guide you through the tough times, rather than being at home while someone else might have taken that place with another song. But of course it was turbulent, it was a lot of press, a lot of questions about it, but I think that having Eurovision in a country where the conflict is so huge, you can actually concentrate on what are the values of Eurovision, because the artists have said the values so many times that we have reached out to so many more people. Like, okay, Eurovision is about that. Yes, we need a reminder of what it is.
Yeah, and also because like that was one of the reasons why also we thought that this message in Spirit in the Sky about the majority has a very big responsibility of making sure that the minority is treated well in all countries, in all types of the society. And the ambassador, the Norwegian ambassador in Israel, he said it very well that he believes that a song like Spirit in the Sky is very important to perform in Israel, because it actually addresses a problem and a conflict that we had in Norway for many years. Like the Sami people was not included in the Norwegian society the way they should. It was really, but now it's so much better than it was before. And it's like, but I believe there's two ways of changing the world. It's either by kind of bringing positive vibes or bringing negative vibes. And we had a lot of negative vibes coming our way because we were performing in Israel. But I think, I hope our really like strong hope is that we've managed to do something good.
Do you think that Hatari from Iceland changed it in a different, did have the same goal, but in a different way, or how did you remember the moment in the green room when those happened? They
really did something very political in a competition that is non-political. So, for example, Madonna, her marking Israel and Palestine holding hands.
I think that was
beautiful.
I think so as well.
But from Hatari, it was like only Palestine, and that makes it so more political than what Madonna did. Yeah. Because what Madonna did kind of represents the values of Eurovision. Yeah. It was not good vibes in the green room. No.
But I think definitely that Madonna, like that thing is like Norway's official statement is that like Norway support a two-state solution, Israel and Palestine, and we do as well, or I do as well. Yeah. So the stunt that Madonna did, I think it was great, and people that are but I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you about Madonna. Now let's go to a happier topic. How did you take her performance in Eurovision? Because it's been very criticized, vocally and musically. How do you enjoy Madonna's performance?
Well, actually,
she's done better performances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what went wrong. Maybe something went wrong, but I was a bit disappointed because she was so talked about, like Madonna. But of course, I mean, if anything like that would ever happen to me, it would have been so sad afterwards. Yeah. And of course, she's probably sad about it as well, for all we know. But yes, she's a really cool woman. When we talked with her in the green room, she was
she's really cool.
Really cool.
You really did, like. There can be a million reasons why vocals are not on point, and we had so many technical errors
Yeah.
leading up to the finals. Like the finals, I think was the only show that everything was okay in a way. And suddenly the monitoring is changed from one day to another. The cameras doesn't work and everything.
Even the microphone.
Yeah, and even the microphone. So you never know. Maybe it was like for Madonna that she didn't hear herself, or maybe it was a plug-in that was set on a wrong key by that actually
That's
I
one way
believe.
to say it,
But so there could be a million reasons why it didn't sound as it should sound. So I think it's important to not be too critical, because we all know how it can be sometimes, and it's not cool for her as well if there's a technical error. So it wasn't me, it was my people, and it's like it's better just to keep calm. And so yeah.
So at the time that you entered the competition, you in your case, Alexandra, last year, in your case, these both different occasions, did you think at that time that if you didn't win, was it going to be because you don't consider your entry as good enough as now Spirit in the Sky has become?
Actually, yeah. Well, last year I didn't have the feeling we're gonna win, but this year it was like, well, we have a catchy song and we sing for the people, and that's what the people want.
Okay.
So I really believed in us this year, and it was so much fun when they announced us as winners. Wow, that's I'm gonna remember that forever.
No, the moment is hilarious actually. It's hilarious on screen.
A lot of jumping, a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, of course.
Yes.
For me as well, I knew this Spirit in the Sky is the first song that I actually written for Eurovision, because my two other entries were not was written for other purposes, but still then went to Melodi Grand Prix. And so yes, I knew that 100% that this was the best chance that I've ever had. And also because one person alone isn't strong enough, but when you have two superpowers next to me, then I knew that this would be amazing with both of their voices. So I had a very good feeling when we entered with Spirit in the Sky.
Okay. Now that you see your performance in Eurovision, is there anything that comes to your mind? Any something that you can tell me, like this moment, this specific moment in the whole experience from the beginning, since the moment that you stepped on the Oslo Spectrum for the performance in February, March, until you stepped down from the stage in Tel Aviv. Is there anything in particular that you recall and that you will cherish forever?
Everything. For me, it's everything. From traveling Europe, meeting people, making new friends in the business, and also when we went to the stage, when the video of us was, the postcard was playing, and the people were cheering, and they were like, "Yeah, Norway!" That moment is amazing.
Praying has seen the light so recently. Is there any style in particular that you're gonna follow as a group, or because the covers like Swallow that you have released recently as well, all of them share something, as well as Spirit in the Sky. Shallow has not been written by you, but Praying has, and also Spirit in the Sky, and they share this positive message of strength, union, hope, especially Praying. Is there anything in particular that you have in mind when you come together to produce, to write, to decide what the future of the group is going to be, that is common for the three of you?
I think we definitely we want to bring positive pop music to the world, and we really want to be one of the bring happy pop music, but still with a message. That's kind of the red line through the whole project.
Try again.
No, that's very important for all KEiiNO songs. However, now when we're recording an album, then there will be some songs with a different, maybe a slightly different expression. But I think we've found our KEiiNO sound.
Okay.
Yeah. We love to dance, so of course we want to make upbeat songs and still have the ethnicity in the pop music, because it's been a while since that has been topping the charts. So that would have been cool if we could do that.
Well,
bring Joik to the world.
The only recent thing that I can recall from that perspective is Jon Henrik Fjällgren from Sweden that sings this style in Melody Festival and sometimes, but I think it's something quite original. that can push you further in time.
Cool.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you have in mind, something that you can tell us in advance, more songs, an album, something that you are preparing at the moment that you can tell us?
We have so many plans.
Yeah.
We just want to
Any
tell everything
collaboration?
now, but yeah, maybe. We don't want to say it. It's too big
We
a
can't
surprise.
say, yeah, no, but we are this new single coming in August.
Okay.
And there might be a new cover suddenly appearing as well. And then in October we already started the work with an album on an album. That will be a lot of collaborations with other indigenous artists because it's the year of indigenous languages.
Yeah.
So we fly to Australia in October, in November, start working there, and then hopefully in is it March? I think March that will be the album launch.
So we're looking forward to hearing it. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
I wish the best for KEiiNO, for Norway, for the music industry there, for your future as a group.
Thank you.
And I hope in 10 years, in 15 years, we will see more Joy King, we will see more of KEiiNO, and we will see more of you guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure for us. Thank you so much for visiting Spain in
Thank you
Madrid.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.